Hello, everyone, and welcome to the daily newspaper analysis, which is brought to you by LawSikho. Today, we have an editorial for a discussion that we have taken from the Indian Express. The title of this article is Charity and Conversion. So, we'll actually discuss the depth and the limit of conversion that would be allowed under the freedom of religion and especially propagating it. Secondly, we have the news update, and thirdly, we have the legal news for the day. Please pardon me, I am suffering from a little cold, so you'll have to bear with me and my pronunciation today. So, to begin with, we have our editorial discussion at the first, that is charity and conversion. So, the Apex Court has recently observed that while charities were welcome and were considered as good work, the same could not be used as an instrument for forced conversion. Now, we have often seen and also witnessed that many times there are charities. In this article, we'll be specifically discussing about the Christian missionaries and the Christian charities. They do a lot in the favor of the society. Yes, of course, mostly in the favor of their own religion, but in the end, there is upliftment of people at large. So they definitely work in this direction. But many a times, the return that they ask for is something that we might not be able to give as easily as we are thinking it would be. And in this case, this is actually about the charities asking for conversion to their own religion. So the judgment has to be read in light with the fundamental right of an individual to practice and preach one's religion as enshrined under the Indian Constitution. Now, as we know, now here is definitely a task for you. I am not going to tell you this. Which article? As we all know that we have the freedom of religion under Article 20 to 25 of the Indian Constitution. So please let us know that which article specifically no, actually, this has to be corrected. So please get it truncated. Let's see. I will start this part again. So, as I know that in the Indian Constitution, we have a fundamental right that specifically talks about the right of a person to practice as well as propagate and preach one's religion. So, you need to tell me in the comment section below that which article exactly talks about this right of the individual. So, when we talk about that, the conversions should not be in demand or it should not be in return of people getting converted to that particular religion, we need to understand that what is the limit or what is the by far, impact that shall be allowed, keeping in mind the fundamental right of the people as well. So, Article 18 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights state that every individual has the right to practice, teach, and observe their religion. Now, please be mindful over here that we are talking about Article 18 of the UDHR, that is the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, and not Article 18 of the Indian Constitution. As we all know that Article 18 of the Indian Constitution is about the abolition of titles and not this. Now, this has often sparked the debate as to whether the Christian approach of evangelism and the proselytization was within the ambit of right to propagate one's religion. So, though these terms are seeming to be a bit too of jargon and very difficult words, they simply mean evangelism and proselytization specifically. Both of them, in some or the other way, simply mean the act, specifically, if we talk about evangelism, of the Christian missionaries trying to convert the people to their own religion, specifically, or generally by the means of public preaching. So this has to be discussed over here, that whether the approach that the Christian missionaries have often adopted of evangelism and proselytization, that is preaching the people and getting them converted to their own religion, is this, or how much is it, or it is or not under the ambit of propagating one's religion or not. Now, in addition to this, the Bombay High Court in Ranjit Mohite in the year 2015 held that a person could also pronounce that he did not have faith in any religion, and such claim was protected under the fundamental rights guaranteed by the Constitution. So presently, the two cases that form the crux of the view taken by the law on the matter are, first, the R.P. Gandhi case, in which it was held that one could propagate their religious views for the edification of others, and another case that we are talking about here is the Shirur Mutt case, where it was held that the propagation of religious faith is protected irrespective of where the same is done and by whom. So definitely, it can be seen that propagation of a religion is definitely forming, right now a part of the fundamental right. And of course, propagating and preaching one's religion does not do any harm, but yes, of course, only the rightful means should be done to do so, and it should not be done in exchange of some kind of money, or maybe some kind of extra benefits or some monetary or economic benefits whatsoever. Now, the approach to brush aside the charity conversion viewpoint is not entirely justified, and that is why the charity conversions also are doing their job. And if people are they are taking a very informed decision and they are doing it voluntarily out of their will, then such conversions are also respected under the Constitution of India. Now, the fact that such an evil exists is why half of the Indian states have their own legislation to curb forceful conversions. We all know that the anti-religion, the Anti-Conversion Act also is one in on the same similar lines. Here is a question that I would like to ask out of you all as an opinion-based question: that why do you think that any missionaries or any stakeholders of a particular religion would want people to convert and form a part of their own section of religion? Do you find any logic behind it, or do you think that this is just a mere thing of the phobic, when we become phobic towards the other religions? What is your opinion? Let me know in the comment section below. But please, yes, please make sure to maintain the dignity and the decorum of the entire constitution that we are all upholding up to. With this, let's move forward with the news updates of the day. Firstly, Sushmita Shukla, Indian origin first Vice President of New York Federal Reserve Bank. So, Indian origin Sushmita Shukla, a veteran of the insurance industry, has been appointed as the first Vice President of Chief Operating Officer at the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. She is the second ranking officer at the institution. Secondly, Bank of Baroda wins EAG Laureate Award on Financial Security. The Eurasian Group on Combating Money Laundering and Terrorism (EAG) is a FATF type regional which comprises of 9 members including India. The 9 countries are Belarus, China, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, India, Russia, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, and Uzbekistan. EAG is an associate member of the FATF. FATF is the Financial Action Task Force. State-owned Bank of Baroda has bagged the EAG Laureate Award in the National Olympiad of Financial Security held at Sochi in Russia on 10th October 2022. Thirdly, Delhi gets its first transgender councillor as AAP's, that is Aam Aadmi Party's Bobby Kinnar. So the national capital has got its first transgender councillor after Aam Aadmi Party's Bobby Kinnar won the civic polls from Sultanpuri A ward. Bobby Kinnar, who is 38 in age, was given a ticket from Sultanpuri A ward 43 seat. She has been associated with Aam Aadmi Party since the Anna movement and later when the party was formed. She won the Aam Aadmi Party seat from Sultanpuri, as we all know now. Fourthly, Human Rights Day, 10th of December. So, Human Rights Day is observed every year today, that is 10th of December, the day the United Nations General Assembly adopted in 1948 the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. The UDHR is a milestone document which proclaims the inalienable rights that everyone is entitled to as a human being, regardless of his race, color, religion, sex, language, political or other opinion, national or social origin, property, birth, or other status as well. Now, available in more than 500 languages, it is the most translated document in the world. Fifthly, Rajasthan government implements new rural tourism scheme. So the Rajasthan government has started a rural tourism scheme offering concessions to prospective investors. According to the policy, the state government will promote tourism units that showcase rural life, art, culture, and heritage. Let's see what do we have for legal updates today. Firstly, strict rules of evidence as applicable in a criminal trial are not applicable in motor accident compensation cases, said the Supreme Court. So this was held in the case of Rajwati Rajjo versus United India Insurance Company Limited. This was all for today. Thank you so much for staying tuned with LawSikho. If you wish to download the PDF of today's slides, you can join a Telegram channel. The link is there in the description box below, or you can also scan this QR code that you can see on your screens right now. Thank you so much.